Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Sarah, and you're watching TLC Next Updates. Just when you thought the Sister Wives drama couldn't get any more explosive, Kody Brown has finally reached his breaking point, and guess who's getting the blame this time? Robyn. A bombshell new video has surfaced, and fans are calling it Kody's most brutal takedown yet. Not physical, but with words so brutal, even experienced viewers were left speechless. But wait, it just got even uglier. One of Robyn's biggest lies has just been exposed on camera, and the internet is going absolutely nuts. So what really went on behind doors? And why are fans turning on Robyn worse than ever? Keep reading, because what we're about to tell you could change everything you thought you knew about the Brown family. In a dramatic twist that's sending the Sister Wives fandom into a tailspin, Kody Brown has finally lost his temper in a way we haven't seen in years. And for a change, it's not Christine, Janelle, or Meri in the crosshairs. It's Robyn. That's right. The favorite wife is in the crosshairs of Kody's anger now. A leaked clip from the upcoming season has surfaced online, and it's gone viral for all the right reasons, and all the wrong ones. In the video, Kody confronts Robyn in a private but emotionally intense moment. His voice breaks with fury and exhaustion as he lashes out, saying, "I'm done with the lies, Robyn. I'm done pretending." The words hit like a ton of bricks. Fans are calling it the most raw and unfiltered version of Kody that they have ever seen. It's real. It's raw. And it might just be the moment his long-standing favoritism towards Robyn begins to crack. But just when you thought that was the peak of drama, fans with eagle eyes spotted something more. Something Robyn probably hoped the cameras hadn't captured. A subtle yet telling detail in the video has exposed what fans are calling her biggest lie yet. Now, social media is in an uproar. Reddit threads, Twitter conversations, and YouTube reaction videos are tearing apart each frame of that video. People are demanding answers, and many are never going back to Robyn again. What's next for the Browns? Has Kody's eyes finally been opened to the truth? And how will Robyn respond now that her reputation is starting to unravel? But the real firestorm? It was ignited with just 6 words. In a cutaway shot that fans can't stop replaying, Robyn, who has always insisted she never wanted to be the favorite wife, is shown whispering to a producer, "It was always supposed to be me and him." That one sentence? It's opened the floodgates of outrage. Fans are calling it the ultimate betrayal, a shameless admission of what Christine, Janelle, and Meri always suspected. For over a decade, the other wives suspected Robyn had an ulterior motive. And now, many believe she's finally let her guard down. Reddit went wild. One user criticized Robyn's behavior, saying, "She's been gaslighting everyone for years." This confirms what we all knew. Robyn wanted Kody to herself from day one. Another user said, "She's been playing the victim while manipulating all the strings. Now she's been caught out, and it's about time." The reaction has been swift and brutal. Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube are filled with response. Everyone is calling for Robyn to take full responsibility, not just for Kody's emotional collapse, but for the breakdown of the whole Brown family. One tweet hit the nail on the head. She wanted the crown. Now she can have the throne of chaos. And while Robyn is riding a storm of criticism, Kody is not being let off scot-free either. Many fans see his enraged meltdown as not just a tantrum, but a comeuppance long overdue. "It's karma, plain and simple," penned one YouTube commenter. Kody built his whole world around Robyn, and now it's collapsing along with her. So what now? As Sister Wives prepares to return with what's being touted as the most explosive season yet, one thing is for sure. The cracks in Kody and Robyn's once united front are finally starting to surface. Trust is shattered. Secrets are spilling. And the reputation they fought so hard to protect, it's crumbling fast. Is this the beginning of the end for Kody and Robyn? Meanwhile, Kody's recent Instagram behavior is raising suspicions. He has been too quiet, spookily quiet, and fans are placing bets that he might have something even more volatile in the works than what we've already seen. With season 19 being split into 2 and a lengthy hiatus in between, fans are left gnawing at their fingernails. The second half of season 19 of Sister Wives is underway, and it's taken a tragic twist. the focus has shifted to how the Brown family is coping with the loss of their dear Garrison Brown, Kody's son, with his second wife, Janelle. Garrison committed suicide in March 2024, and the fallout has shattered the already fragile dynamics within the family. As viewers know, Janelle split from Kody in 2022, following the example of Christine, his third wife, who made her departure in 2021. And then, in 2023, Meri, Kody's first wife, was the last one to go. Kody is left by himself in a monogamous marriage with Robyn Brown, who joined the family in 2010 as the fourth wife. The decades of emotional detachment and dysfunction have at last erupted into outright separation. And many believe Kody's overt favoritism of Robyn was a chief cause of tearing the family asunder. The favoritism didn't just drive his other wives away, it shattered his relationships with numerous of his children as well. And now, with Garrison's death, the family's pain appears more raw than ever. One of the most noticeable indications of that emotional weight is Kody's silence. His Instagram activity, a platform for family updates, has come to a screeching halt. Kody hasn't posted anything new since the accident. His page, which has 184,000 followers and is unverified, has been frozen in time since March 5th, 2024. That final post? A solemn tribute to Garrison. In it, Kody wrote, Janelle and I are heartbroken to announce the passing of our precious boy, Robert Garrison Brown. He was a ray of sunshine in the lives of all who knew him. Our loss will leave such a huge hole in our lives that it leaves us breathless. Notably, comments on the post were turned off, perhaps in a bid to keep the grieving private or stave off the inevitable avalanche of public opinion. But the silence from Kody since speaks volumes. To fans, it shows he no longer feels it's appropriate or even possible to share anything from his life on social media. The backlash, the grieving, the controversy, it's all taken a toll. And while some sympathize, others point to a difficult truth. Kody's decades of preferential treatment and ruined relationships may well have led him here. His public image has suffered a devastating hit, and many believe he still hasn't taken responsibility for the pain he inflicted in his failed marriages and in his relationships with his children. Increasingly, Kody is being seen not only as a downtrodden dad, but as a person who still refuses to take blame and instead deflects it more than taking on the devastation face first. So now the question is, will Kody ever come face to face with the reality of what he's lost? And can the Brown family, shattered and in mourning, ever really start to heal? And perhaps the worst of it all? Kody Brown has not only alienated his former wives, he's alienated most of his kids as well. Kody's actions throughout the years have gone from disappointing to downright offensive. He's made incendiary comments, including a candid admission that he never truly loved his first three wives, explaining instead that his one and only true love has always been Robyn. A statement like that didn't merely hurt, it confirmed what so many fans and relatives had suspected all along. Kody didn't burn bridges, he torched them. And the emotional damage was by no means limited to Meri, Christine, and Janelle. Kody's own children, 13 of his first marriages, felt the brunt of his favoritism too. Today, the overwhelming majority of them have been said to have little or no contact with him at all. They've seen how he treated their mothers. They've seen him retract into a bubble around Robyn. And they've felt the absence of a dad who was no longer there. That harsh reality was especially true of Garrison. When he passed away, Kody and Garrison were estranged, completely disconnected. The agony of that shattered bond now hangs in the air, and fans can't help but wonder, does Kody regret? Does he carry the weight of the silence between them? And maybe that's why his Instagram has also gone silent too. It's been weeks since Kody's most recent post, and there's good reason why. Anything he would say now would surely be met with waves of criticism, skepticism, and backlash. And really, it appears that Kody knows that. He's choosing to remain silent. But is it an expression of mourning or an effort to sidestep the cold truth that he helped bring to pass? There is another reason too. The quieter Kody stays, the bigger his next tweet is going to be. His past Instagram moves have already caused enough uproar. And his bio? It remains. Father of 18, husband to 4. I love them all. Passionate about individual rights. Apologetic for taking that red pill. Dang it. That alone tells us enough. Now, Cody is a one-wife man and the dad of 17. The fact that his bio is out of date means he's either lying about it or in denial. And if he does return to social media, he'll need to consider twice. Fans are waiting. The internet is primed. One mistake, one angry status, and the ripping is going to be brutal. It's clear that Cody's silence is not all about mourning. It's about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of blame, and fear of saying the wrong thing again, as he has done so many times before. As the sister wives saga continues to unravel, one thing is certain. Kody Brown is a man between the consequences of his own actions and the quiet of his life now. And whether or not he decides to speak out once more, the world will hear. Earlier, he's tried to shape how fans perceive him, especially when his marriage is ended. Instead of garnering sympathy, however, a lot of viewers caught his posts as distasteful and tone-deaf. The more he clarified, the more it felt like history rewriting rather than taking accountability. And now, with every move coming under hot public inspection, Cody seems to have gone completely silent on social media. Perhaps in a bid not to open up a Pandora's box he knows he can't shut. What's puzzling, though, is that Cody isn't leveraging his fame the way many reality TV stars do. With the massive exposure he's gained from sister wives, you'd expect him to be jumping into brand deals, sponsored posts, or at the very least, business ventures through Instagram. But surprisingly, he's not. Yes, Cody is on Cameo, where he earns money by sending personalized video messages to fans. That website is a sanctuary. There, he has command of the conversation and gets far less flack. But Instagram? That's a whole other war zone. And it seems Cody is staying far, far away from it. From a business perspective, it's a missed opportunity. With the right approach, Cody could turn his Instagram presence into a lucrative side income. But here's the catch. He knows that stepping into that spotlight again would invite a wave of trolling, backlash, and harsh opinions. And based on what we've seen, Cody may not be built for that kind of heat. Again and again, he's shown that he is highly sensitive and highly reactive. And that simply does not translate well to social media. Very often, it's unpredictable, it's risky, and it opens the door wide to yet more public gaffes. And let's be honest, Cody isn't very skilled at taking criticism. All of his recent silence implies he's trying to stay out of the noise, the badness, and the responsibility that would be involved in getting back in the spotlight. But it also implies something else. Cody absolutely wants to be liked. He defends himself relentlessly. He blames. He creates stories where he's the victimized, misunderstood one, not the offender. Which leaves us with a question that can't be quieted by Kody Brown supporters. Can Kody Brown ever be faced with reality? There's no denying it any longer. Kody Brown is in hiding from social media because he simply can't handle the heat. The judgment, the disgust, the criticism, it's all too much. His hiatus isn't a hiatus, it's a full retreat. And while Cody is keeping his mouth shut, the women who stood with him are finally having their voice heard. In one of the most memorable moments in the latest Sister Wives season 19 tell-all, Meri Brown tells it like it is. Facing off against host Sukanya Krishnan, Meri shoots back at Cody's claim that at one time he wished his other marriages were brought to the level of the divine love he feels with Robyn. Her retort? Biting, to the point, and very much needed. I don't believe that's appropriate for him to even state, says Meri. Because we're all supposed to be Robyn? Sorry, I am Meri. I am not going to be Robyn. I don't want to be Robyn. And that one really just addresses to the very core of what a lot of these fans have been feeling all these years. Cody did not like Robyn. He wished the other wives were her, to transform themselves into someone they weren't. Meri continues, I'm going to be my own individual person. I don't want to be her. They're great together. That's awesome. But I think that's a really unfair statement. And she is correct, because beneath Cody's divorce, failures lies a failure to accept his wives for what they were. Meri is firm. Their marriage could never have been as good as the one he shares with Robyn, because Cody never accepted her for who she was. He didn't accept Meri, she says. Not for the last 12 to 14 years, maybe even longer. Their history is deep. Meri and Cody were married way back in 1990, but in 2014, they legally divorced so that Cody could marry Robyn. By early 2023, Even their spiritual bond had broken down. Their ride had reached the end in a peaceful, agonizing silence. But Meri is not alone in decrying Kody's interpretation of the past. Janelle Brown, his second ex-wife, wasn't quiet on the matter either. In her own tell-all time, Janelle judged Kody for what she considers obvious revisionist history. According to her, after Robyn entered the scene, Kody checked out of his other weddings, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And now, he's revising the narrative to present himself in a better light. These women are pulling back the curtain. They're telling the truth to the fans who've long suspected. And as they open their mouths, it's heartbreakingly clear. Kody Brown didn't fail at polygamy. He failed to love his wives for who they are. And now, with Sister Wives Season 19 showing more than ever, fans are left wondering. Janelle Brown didn't sugarcoat anything. She's calling Kody out for altering history. During her tell-all interview, Janelle refuted Kody's claim that he had wanted to elevate his other wives to the level of love he and Robyn have. Her reply? An arched eyebrow and a dose of reality. It would have been great if he ever told me that, Janelle insists, remembering how much what he says now contrasts with what he did then. Host Sukanya Krishnan presses on. So, you never had him try to make you feel more important? Janelle laughs and shakes her head. He never discussed it with me. That in a nutshell. Janelle had no epic try, no emotional rebirth, just a man who was already gone, emotionally invested elsewhere, all the while maintaining the facade of being the glue that held the family together. But while Janelle and Meri are crying foul on Kody's hypocrisies, Robyn is jumping to his defense. In another of the tell-all videos, Robyn insists Kody did try to bring his other relationships up, adding he tried really hard to bring them up to what he thought our relationship was. But fans aren't buying it. The damage, they argue, is obvious. Meanwhile, Kody, never one to run from a fight, doubling up on his dedication to Robyn. Grumbling and swaggering, he tells Sukanya, "You find higher love," and then everybody just slaps you down for it. And then, in a shocking instant that left all viewers stunned, he continues, "There's a godlike quality to my thing with Robyn, and we got spanked for it. I love this woman, and I want peace. But I'm walking around giving two birds because I'm tired of being shamed for loving her." That outburst is vintage Kody. Raw, defiant, and clueless to the emotional devastation he has caused. But the exposés continue. And if the emotional roller coaster wasn't enough, Kody and Robyn are also being trolled by fans for something a little more visual. Their interior decorating aesthetics have once again trended. On social media, of course, but for all the wrong reasons. Reddit went wild when viewers caught a glimpse of what's in the couple's residence. From a medieval-style royal bedroom engulfed in tacky purple colors to a bizarre bathroom sink that looks like it was pilfered from the Flintstones, audiences can't decide whether to laugh or cringe. But it's not the decor. It's Kody's love letters to Robyn, penned on mirrors around their home that are having people raising an eyebrow. Creepy love notes scrawled on reflective surfaces are having people guess that their divine union might be crossing cult-like lines. It's quirky, it's extreme, and people can't help but gawk. From tearful meltdowns to mirror messages, Season 19 of Sister Wives is dishing out bombshells that are heartbreaking and bizarre. So what does the future hold for Robyn and Kody? Will their dysfunctional kingdom stay intact to further deteriorate? Or is this only the beginning of a whole new era? Yes, you heard right. Kody Brown has taken up a practice of penning love letters to Robyn on the mirrors of their lavish home. And the fans are talking. In the latest viral picture making rounds on Reddit, Robyn is snuggled with her hair, smiling serenely into the mirror. But it's not her face that's catching attention. There are words Kody left behind. One of the mirrors has a Romeo and Juliet quote written on it. "She never yet was foolish." That was fair. It looks like Kody is playing Romeo, Robyn his Juliet forevermore. It's cute, but slightly creepy. As Robyn is getting ready, audiences find themselves asking the question, is she seriously admiring herself? Or is she attempting to satisfy Kody's expectations? This is the same guy who previously informed the world that he likes Robyn to look a certain way. And it shows. Robyn, always naturally beautiful, goes out of her way to project a flawlessly polished look. One Redditor even quipped, "She looks like one of those American Girl dolls." And with how many she's purchased, maybe that's the aspiration. And how about Cody? He isn't shy to express his affection. In another message captured by the paparazzi, he wrote, "I love your guts. Sweet, maybe." But fans are calling it over the top and even gross. One commenter captioned, "This is next level cringe." But it doesn't stop at the mirror writing. Robyn is repeatedly portrayed to do absolutely everything in order to maintain this highly constructed persona. From sneaking off to get herself ready while on a camping trip, to not doing chores that the now ex-wives used to do previously. It's like there's always this pressure to be picture perfect. And some think that Robyn feels like she has to do it because Cody needs to be happy. And in return, Cody goes out of his way to publicly flatter Robyn in almost theatrical language. He once likened her to a diesel jeans model, then proceeded to liken her to a soccer mom, only in terms that were clearly more suggestive than sincere. It's flattery, sure, but for most fans, it walks the fine line between admiration and madness. And with every strange detail that surfaces, freaky sink designs, mirror poetry, the audience can't help but ask themselves, is this love or a performance built on fantasy? One thing's for sure, the deeper we venture into Cody and Robyn's reality, the weirder it becomes. And just when you think you've seen the weirdest yet, another layer is unveiled. Kody Brown vows he won't take on another wife, claiming that it would be too stressful. But some fans aren't so sure. Could he quietly long to return to the world of polygamy? And maybe even bring a third into his monogamous marriage with Robyn? A throuple? Anyone? It's speculation, I suppose. But what we do know is this. Robyn doesn't want that. She's talked openly about wanting monogamy, and only just recently confessed to something shocking. Cody is hard to live with, astonishing, to Robyn's mind. His mood swings are appalling, to boot, and he may even be trying to kill their relationship from the inside. That is a very heavy accusation from the one woman ever claimed to be his favorite, his soulmate, his best match. At least on the surface, certainly. Cody's mirror messages would be acceptable as sweet, considerate, even romantic. A fellow professing his love in scribbled-on Shakespearean lines and doodled hearts. Here's one of the pictures. I love you. In a small heart and a big H. It looks like a high school Valentine scribbled in lipstick, but the viewers aren't convinced because even as Cody swoons over Robyn, it's difficult to erase the venom he had when Christine, Janelle, and Meri finally left. He did not appear relieved or emancipated. He did not seem like a man who had finally triumphed over the one woman he'd ever wanted. No fairy tale setting, no Disney-esque dancing off into the sunset, but bitterness, humpiness, and plenty of blame shifting. And that's the rub. If Robyn was always the best, the total woman, as Cody once called her, then why hasn't he been acting like a man who has just found his happily ever after? Instead of walking on air, he's been walking on eggshells. Instead of beaming with love, he looks weighed down by resentment. And that's where it all starts to crack. The other wives had departed years earlier when Garrison passed away. Cody should have been dancing with joy. He was left with the woman he always battled over, the one he fought for until the end, the woman he rewrote his entire life for. But he wasn't. Because maybe monogamy doesn't solve everything. Maybe the issues weren't Christine or Janelle or Meri issues. Maybe the issue was Cody. And now that there isn't anyone else to blame, that fact is harder than ever to ignore. It's a sincere question. Many times, when people finally get what they've thought they've wanted, they start realizing, maybe it's not all they thought. Maybe Cody assumed monogamy with Robyn would have brought discipline, authority, or even salvation. But now that he has, it kind of seems like he's floundering. He kept his hands full once, 4 wives, 18 children, and all the fuss that went with it. Now, just Robyn. And of course, Cody did gripe, a great deal, about being gang-rumped, misunderstood, or disrespected by the other wives. But now that they're not there anymore, he has no one to fault when things are not quite so peachy. Janelle, Meri, and Christine, the notorious logical shrews whom Cody used to frame as the cause of all problems. They've left, and they're gorgeous. For real, the 3 of them have all gotten major glow-ups. They were like they were previously overlooked masterworks, unearthed and restored to their true brilliance. Maybe maybe they weren't the problem. Meanwhile, Cody isn't just living in what's supposed to be a pleasure palace. Is it really a happy home, though? Let's just talk about decor. Isn't this house going to make Citizen Kane jealous? According to Reddit user Mindful Goat or Nugget, Cody isn't just living in Kody and Robyn's wonderland of, well, eclectic fantasy. Cody's actually living in it. From a medieval cosplay shriek of a royal bedchamber, to a Flintstone stone sink, to blinding David Yurman jewelry, an entire set of Star Wars dolls for Cody, and an almighty horde of American Girl dolls for Robyn, the whole setup is over the top, lavish, and really kind of weird. It's not just decor, it's symbolism. This is Cody's world, a world built to satisfy an illusion that perhaps no longer exists. And look, maybe Robyn did make all this happen. Maybe she is the queen of this castle. She is certainly Cody's obsession, the gem he keeps polishing, protecting, and marching around. She is his default soft spot, his forever. But the kicker, even Robyn has indicated that not everything is perfect. She is informed that Cody is a hard person to be around, that he's moody, that he's even tearing their marriage apart from the inside out. It's always possible that Robyn pressured Cody into monogamy, that it wasn't his idea at all. And maybe that's why he seems so tense, so tightly wound. Maybe he's just going through the motions. Because here's the truth. No one ever shows every single part of themselves, not even to their spouse. And in a marriage as complicated and high profile as this one, there are bound to be layers we'll never fully see. That's why more turmoil might lie ahead for Cody and Robyn. Even though they shed Coyote Pass, that financial and emotional albatross, and lost the aggravation of building a family compound that never happened, that doesn't necessarily mean that all is copacetic in their universe. Despite those love-drenched mirror messages and the constant gushing, Cody and Robyn are still living in a bubble, one decorated with a very specific, very loud aesthetic. Fans have pointed out that their home is dripping with a Western vibe. We're talking full rodeo realness. Cody wears a David Yurman ring with a wild stallion motif. Robyn's got one just like it. Maybe Cody's always a cowboy at heart? Maybe it's all just shared fantasy land, though. Redditors have withdrawn their decor as jaw-droppingly bad. At least, there is some consistency to the chaos. Their Flagstaff living room alone is a set from a Western-themed dinner theater. But hey, maybe they were fond of it. Maybe in that room, they felt that they were still in charge of their story. But season 19 has learned us that even their little Wild West kingdom isn't free of conflict. Cody and Robyn have had their share of showdowns. They fought Cody's past flames over who controls Coyote Pass. And when he sold that land for $1.5 million, Cody did pay Meri and Janelle some of it back. But come on, that was not a nice gesture. That was damage control. Meanwhile, Kody Brown rode off into the sunset with David Woolley, her new love interest. And while Cody tries to play cool, it's clear that the idea of 3 women leaving him still smolders. So maybe that's why Cody never seems to have the metaphorical black hat off, the classic mark of a Western villain, the brooding gangster who won't let go of the past. Because even today, with all his luxurious surroundings, with his sole love sitting beside him, Cody doesn't appear to be happy. He doesn't appear to be content. He doesn't appear to be at peace. Sleek, minimalist space, modern trappings, minimalist sensibilities? No way, Cody and Robyn. Not even in the building. Cody and Robyn are dyed-in-the-wool maximalists. Every surface is cluttered with something. Every wall has something up against it. If there's a flat spot in their home, chances are something's on it, or draping over it. In the photo above, which was originally posted by Mindful Goat Nugget on Reddit, there's a Walmart area rug with a huge old Lone Star pattern, a nod to the free-spirited Texas ways. It screams cowboy hats, line dancing, and perhaps a little Tex-Mex on the side. Retail price? $219.99. And for those Kody Brown fans who really want to walk a mile in his boots, it's just a click away. That rug does bring the room down a notch, though, with those ginormous leather or perhaps Naugahyde sofas. The light colors in the design do lend some visual relief from all that heavy, dark furniture. But come on, this room isn't exactly architectural digest quality. Instead, it's the bane of internet trolls everywhere. The fans have called the design lower mid-range hotel lobby at best, and that is being kind. Others are attempting to get their heads around how the furniture appears to wrap around each wall. One Redditor noted, "It looks like a house in The Sims, when you just jam furniture wherever it will fit. The furnishings aren't going to appeal to every taste, and that's fine." Kody and Robyn are certainly embracing what they're all about. Whether it's down home, cowpoke nostalgia paradise, or just a really terrible lot of mess, their home is a reflection of who they are. Or at least, who they'd like to be thought of as being. $70,000 worth of American Girl dolls, kept in storage like a furtive army of beautifully coiffed mini Robins. Yes, Kody has his Millennium Falcon and his Transformers, and Robyn has her porcelain-eyed, historically accurate friends. The two of them have constructed what might be the most unlikely hobby sanctuary in the history of reality television. It's half man cave, half doll museum, and all Brown family eccentricity. Some fans describe it as like walking through an AI-generated West fantasy fever dream. A reality in which Clint Eastwood might fight Luke Skywalker in a room lined with prairie print, wallpaper, and fringe throw pillows. Others promise the whole house itself is like having The Sims live action, in which everything's just a little too staged. But in all the over-the-top, strangely cohesive chaos, one thing holds true. Kody and Robyn's design is intimate, and maybe it is the most genuine thing they've ever disclosed. Amidst all the mirror mottos, reality show soap operas, and revisionist monologues, this house, maximalist, retro, and unapologetically bizarre, is maybe the most sincere one so far. While Janelle struggled to scrape by and Meri lingered in emotional limbo, Kody and Robyn were sketching doll haute couture and sprawling across a self-styled royal boudoir. It's not always the appearance that gets under people's skin, it's what they represent. Excess and affection on one side of the family tree, uncommunication and frugality on the other. But maybe, in his own clumsy way, Kody considers their home a do-over, a chance to start over with the one woman who never questioned his authority, his declarations of divine love, or his habit of writing Shakespearean mirror sonnets. If this utopian home, with its American Girl doll armies, Wild West rugs, and man cave full of sci-fi memorabilia, is Kody's emotional support castle, then let it be. But sorrow changes people, and losing Garrison, their boy, their son, has definitely shaken Kody and Robyn to their roots. That kind of pain is way above decor judgment. It's irreversible. It stains everything. So if they cling to koozie glances or retreat into a maximalist sanctuary of dolls and treats, maybe that isn't vanity at all. Maybe it's just survival. Kody Brown never used to treat the women who dumped him with respect. Yet, he recently did something that was good for them in terms of money. He redistributed Coyote Pass property and gave Janelle and Meri $35,000 apiece. That money could make a real hole in their budget. Perhaps Kody did it to be fair, or perhaps he wanted to avoid going to court. Either way, his actions speak louder. Now, Robyn co-owns a $2.1 million home with him in Flagstaff. With everything he has, good for him for giving something to the women he clung to for years. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Sister Wives news.